impress texture is really one of the most fun. You can take anything you want, something that already has texture on it, and you are pressing it into your clay. So sometimes there are tools that are like meant to do this. For example, this, which you can find in our texture tool shelf, texture tool bin. And I can just sit here and roll this right on top of the clay, and it automatically impresses into the clay. It presses in like a stamp. And for example, this one is already repetitive, so I don't need to continue to do it over and over again. Other things, like this is a walnut from outside, I can take this and press this into my clay, and it's going to create a texture. It's repetitive, for this one it's impressed, it's pressing into the clay to create that texture. A hairbrush. If you have small, delicate textures that you want to roll into your clay, you can set them down. And I have teeny tiny slab rollers, or just little rollers, you could call them. And I can press that right in. And I can just leave those in there. They'll burn out in the kiln, or I can try to take them out very carefully with a knife or a pin tool. I don't want to damage the impression. So I got one leaf out, but it is tricky to get these delicate leaves out. I may not be able to. Ah, it broke. So, but again, that'll just burn out in the kiln, so it can just stay there. You can also take tools and just press them. As long as it's repetitive, I'm doing it over and over and over and over again. Every tool will make a different shape for you. You could even do like a long. You can also take more delicate things like your jewelry. If you have something that already has a repetitive design that you'd like to press into your clay, you can try that. You might like how it looks, you might not. You can always clean that out with scrub brushes when you're done. This in and of itself is repetitive because it has these repetitive beads on them, but you can still repeat it even more than that. I also have these larger mats that you can use to press the clay into. And you can do that multiple ways, but for the demo, I'm going to lay it on top. I'm going to use that small roller, and I'm going to press a section in. Then I'll peel it up and flip it over. And now you can see this really nice rock texture that has been pressed into the clay, which is why it would be called an impressed texture.